I remember waking up one day to the most confusing message from Cole. I don't remember his exact words, but instances like that continued for a while until later that year he just stopped talking to me. I was devastated. Fast forward, we started talking again maybe 6 months later. Over the course of the next 4 years, our friendship developed into a weird pattern of things being really good, and then he would go off on me and stop talking to me again. Of course, by that time, we both had cell phones too, but we mostly stuck to talking online. That's important. One night, 6 years after all this began, Jane was at my apartment, and we were having a few drinks. Admittedly, I had more than I thought and I ended up going to sleep early. Later the next day, Cole texted me asking why I had given his number to Jane, with screenshots. I called her immediately, and she admitted having taken his number from my phone while I was sleeping. I cussed her out and hung up. I will never forget that day. The panic, the tears. I ended our friendship that day. I'll skip the drama from that time period, but long story short, Cole made it clear to Jane that he had no interest in talking to her. Over the next 15 years, life went up and downs, jobs, relationships, etc. Cole and I continued to talk. Last year, I flew down to visit my sister, Max and their kids. Now, I live here, with Cole. Don't get too excited yet though, the best part is coming. 2 days ago, Cole and I ended up fighting, and no, I don't remember what started the fight, so it was definitely stupid. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he recalled a conversation we'd had years ago, not to throw in my face, but to try and explain his side of the argument. I was super confused, because we'd never had that conversation. I told him so, and he said, "Oh, maybe it was when you were staying at Jane's place then, but we definitely had that conversation." And it just clicked. I wish I could show y'all his expression as I went from super angry to confused to what the F in about 10 seconds. I asked him about the times he stopped talking to me. I needed to know if I was right. It turns out, every time he stopped talking to me lined up with a period where Jane was around. Turns out, Cole had been talking to her, pretending to be me, from my MSN, my Skype, my Facebook, and sometimes, my cell phone, for years. He recalled very intimate conversations that I know for a fact he never had with me. He told me how uncomfortable it made him back then, and how weird it was that I would be me and then all of a sudden be that. And I'll be honest, I still harbored some anger at him for cutting contact the times he did, and the fights we got into because neither of us knew what was happening. The relief to finally have answers is indescribable. To finally be able to put the confusion and past anger to bed, to let it go. If you've made it this far, you're probably wondering what happened with Jane. Well, petty as we are, I decided to look her up on social media and sent her a message telling her we finally figured out what she'd been doing all those years. And despite her trying to keep us apart, for years, we are together and very much in love. Sending the picture of my engagement ring was a nice touch as well. The best revenge is me and Cole, the love of my life, living that life to its fullest, together. Small edit for info. I never did figure it out because Jane would delete the portion of the conversation she had with Cole. There were many times I asked him why he was so angry for no reason, but we were young, and as he explained, some of the thing I said, he didn't want to repeat. He thought I was the one playing dumb, messing with him, and I was just confused about everything.